Have you ever felt invisible, like you're waiting for someone to tell you that you matter? I've been there. Growing up, I had a lot of acne and hyperpigmentation, which made me really insecure. I would say it made me beyond insecure. Like one time, one of my guy friends in high school blurted out in front of my crush that I should wear makeup because my skin was so bad. I hadn't even made it through the doors yet. Like first period hadn't even started.
What more do you want from me?
My self-esteem was which made it difficult to love myself. But over time, I realized that the most important validation comes from within, and that's what I want to talk about in today's video. Welcome to Tiara's Advice Files, a series where you ask for advice and I try my best to give it. Today's case file is on self-love. T asked for advice on self-love and self-esteem in a comment on my clinginess video. Let's investigate what it truly means to love yourself, why it can seem so hard to achieve, and I'll share some tips that have helped me and will hopefully help you too. In another video, I defined self-love as knowing your worth, value, needs, wants, and desires. It also means not sacrificing parts of yourself to make other people happy. It means loving yourself exactly as you are, where you are, and it goes hand in hand with self-esteem, which is all about having the confidence to believe in your abilities and your self-worth. When you have high self-esteem, you can trust that you'll attract people who are right for you and you'll walk away if things aren't aligning because your self-esteem isn't tied to people's perceptions or feelings or opinions about you. So why is it so hard to achieve self-love and high self-esteem? Reason number one, we make constant comparisons to other people, which can make us feel overlooked. I have a story similar to T's comment that I want to share. So one time in high school, I was with three of my girlfriends. We were standing around together and they just kept going back and forth to each other saying,
"Your skin is so nice. No, your skin is so nice. Oh, I just love your skin. I love your skin. Your pores are so nice. You have such clear, pretty skin."
And I just stood there knowing they weren't going to compliment my skin, and it made me feel really embarrassed and self-conscious, and I would constantly compare my skin to other people wondering, what's wrong with me? When in reality, nothing was wrong with me. I just didn't know how to validate myself. Reason number two, there's so much perfectionism and pressure to meet unrealistic standards. Social media sets the bar high for what's considered perfect, making us feel like we're lacking. I used to follow so many accounts of people that seemed perfect or had the ideal weight that I wanted to be at or the perfect watery fluorescent baby face skin, and I had to go on an unfollow spree last year, not because I'm a hater, but because it really was taking a hit on my self-esteem. I was feeling very self-critical, and it was like I was on a relentless pursuit of perfection, completely forgetting that no one is really perfect. Reason number three, many believe self-love is a fixed state where you'll never feel insecure again. This misconception can make self-love seem unattainable. Self-love is not about never feeling insecure or lacking confidence. It's about how you handle those feelings when they come up. When you love yourself, you accept feelings of insecurity or doubt as part of being human. So instead of criticizing yourself, you respond with kindness and self-compassion. Now let's talk about some tips to boost your self-love and self-esteem. Tip number one. Affirmations can be helpful, but they need to be believed to be effective. Saying, "I am worthy of love" might not help if you don't actually believe it. Like when I was struggling with my hyperpigmentation, there were days that I felt good, but there were also days that I didn't feel good. And on those days, saying, "I love my face" in the mirror wasn't gonna magically change how I felt. It takes time to get there, so don't beat yourself up if you're not at this step yet where positive affirmations work for you. This leads me to tip number two, self-compassion. Be kind to yourself and challenge those negative thoughts because they do not define you. How you talk to yourself matters. Would you tell your best friend that they suck or that they're a failure? No.
And also, and I'm going to touch your hand when I say this. When I said that you're not special, I meant that.
You're gonna screw up sometimes, and that's totally normal. Validate your feelings, be gentle with yourself, and remember that mistakes are part of being human. Tip number three, set realistic goals and celebrate the small wins. This is a great way to boost your confidence. What are three things that you want to achieve this week? It could be something as simple as waking up at 8 a.m. and going on a morning walk, or even just getting out of bed without doom scrolling on your phone for 30 minutes first. Like, one of my goals for the week is to go to the gym at least 3 times a week because Feeling good and staying healthy makes me feel better about myself. Tip number 4, let go of things or people that aren't serving you. If you really want to love yourself, you need to put yourself first. Make space for better things by saying no to what doesn't help you grow. Think about how you want to be treated and then set those healthy boundaries. When I felt like I was being led on earlier this year, I ended it quick because I know I deserve certainty. And did it hurt when I ended things? Well, yes, but it would have hurt way more if I settled. Tip number 5, try out guided meditations and practice gratitude. There are so many powerful guided meditations here on YouTube that can really help you. And writing out at least 5 things every day that you're grateful for will shift your mindset from feeling like you're lacking to appreciating what you have. Like, I may not have 100,000 subscribers yet, but having 1,000 amazing people on here that support me is something to celebrate. Bonus tip, nobody cares like you do. Last week I had a dentist appointment and my mouth was still numb hours later when I went to work, and I was so self-conscious about it. Like, I was asking my coworkers, can you tell? And they were like, Tiara, I literally couldn't notice. Like, I did not notice until you pointed it out. It's not that bad. Maybe they were just trying to be nice, but I think it's a good reminder that our insecurities are usually more noticeable to us than to others. Like, when I had my first kiss with my ex, I immediately asked him, this is so embarrassing. Like, why am I admitting this on the internet? It's so embarrassing. But I immediately asked him, was I good? Seeking validation. But he was just so happy to kiss me. Like, he wasn't thinking, oh, is she good or is she not good? He wasn't thinking that. He was just happy to kiss me. The point is, someone's opinion of you is not as important as your opinion of yourself. Wanting external validation usually stems from insecurity, which is why it's so important to work on self-validation. I want you to focus on recognizing and celebrating the qualities that you like about yourself without waiting for other people to do it for you.
Look in that mirror. You know what I see? I see a strong, confident, beautiful young lady. Oh, look, you're here too.
So, did I crack the case? Well, that's up to you, because if you've watched my other videos, you'll probably think that these tips sounded repetitive or generic, but that's because self-growth isn't a one-time thing. It's an ongoing process. We have to keep working on it every single day because it's a skill that you refine over time. These are the same strategies that helped me to get to where I am today. Like, reading the book Attached helped me understand attachment styles and made me more secure. Starting this YouTube channel helped me to self-reflect, work on my growth, and build my self-esteem, make me more confident. I'm going to give you some homework. I want you to take out 2 pieces of paper, okay? And on that first piece of paper, I want you to write out all the qualities that you wish you had, like confidence, self-love, whatever that is. And then on that second piece of paper, I want you to write out all of the qualities that you want to say goodbye to and leave in the past, like the self-criticism, or not me missing my finger, that was weird, the self-criticism or tolerating people's shit. Everything that you want to leave behind, write it on that second piece of paper. And then I want you to light that piece of paper on fire, or if you don't trust yourself with fire, I want you to rip it to shreds, because you are literally saying goodbye to that old version of yourself, to those traits that you no longer want to identify yourself with. Keep the first page somewhere visible as a reminder that the qualities that you want are already within you, and as you use these tips with intention, you will become them. I've even seen a shift myself, like now I have clearer skin, I love myself more, I value myself more without comparing myself to others. And even though my skin isn't exactly where I want it to be at, like I have a little bit of hyperpigmentation in some areas, you probably can't see it because I'm wearing concealer, I still look in the mirror every day and I'm like, wow, I love my skin, I feel so beautiful today. Even on the days where I have a little flare up, I'm still so beautiful, and I can tell myself that because I believe it to be true. I believe it deep down in my core that I am beautiful. Remember, this journey takes time. A lot of us are just gonna naturally evolve and grow out of our old mindsets, and I'm way more confident at 22 than I was at 15. My prefrontal cortex hasn't even fully developed yet. Self-love is not a permanent state, it's an ongoing process, and even though my tips can help, I think that if you're feeling stuck, you should work with a therapist or a coach that can spend one-on-one time with you and actually give you the help that you need, because I want you to look at my tips as reminders or a little boost of encouragement. I don't want you to look at me as like a god or an expert.
Greetings, I am Buzz Lightyear. I come in peace.
I'm literally just speaking from experience and hoping that my advice can help you. And remember that no matter where you are on your self-growth journey, I think you're doing amazing, sweetie. You're doing amazing, sweetie. Thank you so much for watching, and a special shout out to T for inspiring me to make this video. I hope it was helpful. If it was, prove it by giving it a thumbs up, and leave a comment below if you have any advice requests that you want me to make a video on. Bye!